my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So how was your weekend? Did you have a good time? You know, I did some work because I don't generally take my time off on the weekends. I live in a really busy area and I tend to take my time that I go do my things during the week. So that's just a easier schedule. The places aren't as busy, the roads aren't as nutty as, you know, work traffic on them. So I did a bunch of work, but I also had a little visit with family. And the one day, I think it was Sunday or Saturday was gorgeous for August. And then now we have regular August is back again, which is fine. It's wonderful. So we have Barn Star Day. Once a month, we are sewing blocks from the Barn Star book. Whoops. We don't see the front. The Barn Star book by Kelli Fannin, and she's also a Benertex fabric designer, and a lot of these fabrics that are in the book, if not all of them, are from her fabric lines. So we're going to talk about that this kind of like after some other things, but I've got the block up there for this week, but I am going to start working ahead because I want to get some sections sewn together. So we're going to walk through that and how that looks and what I'm going to do. So in case you want to follow that path as well, you can. Now I have some finishes. Yes, binding. So I was doing another project where I needed to use this binding, and I thought, well, I'm just gonna put the binding on this one too. So the little heart quilt that was done in February from the Sew Sampler Love Box, they're special boxes that they send out. You do the Halloween and Christmas and Valentine's. Sometimes they do another one during the year, sometimes not. But this was from that. So here is the binding in the same color as this background. So I usually like a binding that's a contrasting color. And particularly with this fabric, it's kind of interesting because you barely see that binding. It just it's like an infinity pool. It just goes right to the edge and fades off, which I find kind of fascinating and sort of neat to see. So, and I also used my Harmony wide back. I had a piece of that, which was just the right size for the backing in the light aqua. Okay, so I have two others, and we're going to go outside on the clothesline and take a look at these. So let's go. Here is the swim team quilt. I am so excited about this. I'm going to go in and put it in my hallway up this staircase. So that's where I'm going to go put it. But let me show you the quilting. So Karen, my long armor and friend, she sent me these bubbles. So there's like bigger and smaller bubbles, and then the swirls. And I just think it looks like, you know, bubbles in the water kind of thing. So cute. I want to show you too that this quilt, actually when I made this block, this is how I wanted it to go. I wanted those to be like an X. But the thing was, I had kind of started fussy cutting vertical. So it didn't work that way because I didn't want the images, you know, sideways. So this is the way it ended up, and I just love it. Although I still would like to do one that's more on point like this. So the X's. This was an AccuQuilt block. It was one of the ones they did from the dies. You know, they have a lot of free blocks. They give you what dies to use. So let's look at the back. There is the full swim team fabric. I still have some left. I've used most of it up now. I don't really have that much left. And I put a strip down, and then up at the top I used the selvage in the sleeve so that I could see the name. There's the swim team. So cute, such cute fabric. Just very excited to have this done, and delighted that I found it and remembered that I had this top this far. I didn't even remember. How does that happen? How do we have a whole quilt we don't remember? We got it into a top. Okay, let's look at the next one. Here is the Summer Starlet. Now, we did this as a sew-along, and the pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop does not have the border on it, but I decided to put a border on it. And here you go. This is the second one that I did the binding the same color as the border, which is not my go-to. Also, I did not put an inner border on this one. So I mixed it up a little bit just to give it a little bit different look. This is all done with my Benertex fabric porch swing. Oh, and the quilting, this vertical grid work is just so pretty, and the whole thing is beautiful. It drapes beautiful, and on the back I used my Harmony wide back fabric in the purple. There's two purples. This is the darker one. Look at this. It's a little bit more, maybe a little bit more blue. Blue purple. Yeah, I'm still stitching the hanging sleeve right up here. So that's funny how you can see through with the light. So it's a bit overcast today when I'm doing these pictures, which if it were bright sun, you'd see that even more, wouldn't you? So there we go. That's the third one. 3 with binding on. Yes. I'm still stitching down the sleeve and the label for this one, but I did sew in, oh darn, here. I'm trying to be organized. Okay, so I did sew in one of these labels. This says handmade. I just thought that would be so cute in there. So my sleeve is there. I need to sew that down. So that is another part that will be done. Now there are two celebrations for today. One is waffle day. Now I went actually looking for a quilt pattern out there somewhere that had a waffle on it. I'm sure there is one out there. I just didn't spend tons of time looking because mostly I wasn't finding it. I found quilts that were named waffle, but they didn't look like a waffle that you eat at breakfast or a snack. But I have to show you. Let me pop a picture up. So this is a real waffle. This is a Belgian gauf, and it is a waffle that is fairly thick. It's more like a dessert waffle. It has thick sugar crystals in it. They're made in a special waffle, deep waffle pan. And a lot of times you will see Belgian waffles on a menu, but they never give you the right ones. Never that I have found, unless you're in sort of maybe a bigger city where they might have a Belgian or a French restaurant that is doing these kinds of waffles, or somebody like my friend does them in her shop outside of where's she, outside of Pittsburgh? No, outside of Philadelphia. I'm sorry, she's out near Philadelphia, but her dad was Belgian and she knows how to make these. I've yet to have hers, but I want to but next time I get up in that area. So it's waffle day. Because the other thing is, let me put a link to my friend's place, her bakery, Mama Hawk's. So it is in the description box below, and there is a picture. It is hamburger day. So there is a quilt pattern for a hamburger, and it is free. Kelli Fannin did this. Her website is seriously, I think it needs stitches. So she did this one. It is so darn cute. So cute. And she has done like a whole series of free single blocks on her website for different holidays like this, different celebrations. They're not really holidays, they're different celebrations. And there's just all kinds of fun ones out there. I saw a recycling one, which I think we need to bring back, a recycling program. Okay, I'm gonna get on my little soapbox because for some reason people are throwing more trash on the ground. I don't know why this is. I've slowly been seeing it increase. It's just crazy. It's like in a parking lot, there'll be trash on the ground, and there's tons of trash cans around the parking lot. So we need like a recycle program. They had started back in the 70s or whatever it was, that just came in and really made us understand you just can't throw trash on the grounds. Somebody's going to have to pick it up. And why not you? You don't have to put it there. So anyway, that's my little soapbox on recycling, because she has a pattern for recycling. Maybe I need the recycling sign just on my front door. I'll just carry it on my back as I walk around. Recycle. Be responsible. Don't throw your trash on the ground. Okay. So I had a mail call. Have a few things in the mail. So let me show you what came in. This is from Sweet Card. Is from Dolores in Michigan. MI, right? That's Michigan. Look at this. Wait. First, look at the card. It's quilling. Can you see? I'm turning it. Can you see the dimension in it? Look at that. There you can see it. Isn't that just fantastic? A mushroom. And then she sent me the mushroom sticker. That is so cute. So cute. Red, everything red. And she did send me a lovely Starbucks card. So sweet, Dolores. Thank you. And I had from Jody in Minnesota, she sent a cute card. Look at this little thank you card. How cute is that? And there's a couple things. She sent a Starbucks card. Yum, 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 yum. Speaking of that, for those of you who have sent me cards, I've got one in here. I've got my Starbucks for today in my mug, my insulated mug from my store, my merchandise store, because it keeps it cool. It is like, 95 degrees out. So I want to be sure it stays cool. That's okay, so what else did Jody send? She sent something in here. See, it's quilty. Can you see the quilty? I didn't open it. I did read your note, but I didn't open it because I like to be surprised. It's a tea towel. Oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty that is. Is it upside down? No, it's right side up. Look at that. And she said this was from Laundry Basket Designs. So it was one of their quilts, Adita's quilts on the tea towel. And then she sent me something in here that she said reminded her of one of the quilts along. So I didn't open it. I did get the top pulled out, but I didn't pull the mug out. There's a mug in here. So let's see. Let's see. Oh my goodness. It is a library. It is a library mug. Look at all the things on the shelf. So if you need ideas, there are tons of them. The cat, of course. The globe, like we did. See the globe like I did. And it has a bird, and a bird cage. That's really sweet. So cute. I love them. Mwah. Thank you, Jody. And I'm just spoiled. This was like, a couple days of mail that I saved. So this one is from Kathleen. She sent a card from Kathleen, who is on Kathleen's in New York, yeah. Kelly's in New York, and she's on our morning chat. She's very active and supportive on our chat. She's also in our Facebook group and is very helpful and active with everybody. So she has sent me a couple things, couple pretties. Look at this. You know what this means? This means it is scarf weather soon. I am so excited. I can't put it on because of the mic, but it's just beautiful. Look at that. And there's a second one. Look at this. Are you ready? Are you ready for sweater weather? Ready for scarf weather? Are you ready for our quilt along for fall, autumn wonders? Because these things might be mentioned. Warm and cozies. Oh, and then this absolutely stunning box that she cross-stitched. Look at this. How incredible. It says, my soul is fed with thread that's red. And then inside, it's got little charms on there. This says 2023. And then inside the box, look at this. Look at all the goodies. Look at all the things. Look at the beautiful scissors with the scissor fob. Aw, look at that. Look how sweet that is. And she's got some of my Morrison Park. That's what she used. Look how it's just adorable. Kathleen, you have outdone yourself, my friend. That is wonderful. I appreciate this so much, everybody. Beautiful. Mwah. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the Barn Star. So I'm going to I need to get a few blocks out, so give me a second. I'll be right back. It is August still, so that means we are on block 8. And there we go. So we have block 8. And it is called the Farmer Star. So let me just show you mine. And you can, of course, see, like if you have the book, you can see all the colors that were done. My fabrics are different. And I have like a very strong repeat of this green, very strong repeat of this plaid gingham in the black and white, strong repeat of peaches and this light blue. There's also pinks in here. So that is the color palette I was working with. I believe it's called Country Rose. It's over on the project page. That's the fabric line I started with and then built all the pieces off of that. So there's 2 of them, and this time they're the identical blocks. So I made them identical. Some weeks I've changed up some fabrics. It just depends. And so there's 2, and the other one's down there. So what I have on the wall here, and I'll get the other camera in a second, and we'll talk a little bit more, but I want to show you in the book. So we we're going to work forward. And if you choose to work like this and not just follow the plan is going to have you making a lot more of the smaller blocks later, but I want to get sewing things now. So that means sewing some of the smaller blocks to get it going. And I'm going to go to the diagram in the book. That's page, what is that, page 43 there. So this diagram is my little working Bible of how the quilt goes together. So it is done in sections. And so there's a section here, there's a block here, you can see a straight line across. This can be broken up. You could do these three, which I think I've already sewn together, or I could, maybe I haven't done it yet. This unit from here up to that line can be sewn from here, and the book tells you that, going prior, tells you all those sections. And then this one can be done, a unit up here, unit down there, and those can even be split in half. So we're going to start at the top. That is where I'm going to go. Now the thing is, next week is this block. That's the September block right there. And so that means I can't really do this half even working forward on the small one. So we're going to concentrate on this half. I've got these two blocks already done, the big one and the medium one. So we'll have to work forward to make two, one of each of the smaller blocks, which are 10 and 11. And so that's what's going on there. Let me get the other camera. So here they are. You can still see all the colorations. I'm going to be adding in a little bit more with the pink here. So we've got the peaches, the sort of corally color. Whoops, got to get in camera and get the quilt in the camera. And so I can sew together this unit. Now remember, this quilt has no sashing at all. Sashing is made up of blocks. So once this is sewn, that means next week there'll be this block with month number 9, so it's not next week, it's the end of next month. So it'll be the block number 9, the end of next month, and then two small ones above it. And then this unit will come all the way up here, and we'll be able to sew the whole top section. And I'm going to just keep working on sections wherever it makes sense through probably ramping it up quite a bit in September, October, November, December, so 4 months to start getting those little ones put together and put in place. This is the August block. So each month, because this is just once a month, so you have the whole month to work on whatever portions you choose. If you want to just follow the book and the original program, then you'll be doing groups of small ones after September. I think maybe even starting in September through December. But I really want to have more of it done. I really want by December to be done. The end of the month just be a wrap up. I don't know, that would mean having all of it sewn in November, which I might do. So if you're kind of like me and you wanted to have it wrapped up in November, I think I'm going to go for that. So it means next week there'll be next month, I keep saying week, sorry. Next month there will be probably a bigger group. I will look, not only will I look at finishing, of course, that top row I just talked about, I will look down here and see, what makes sense that I can sort of group together and I probably will just take all this and break it into September, October, November. So that's 4 months to finish up all that. And I probably will do that rather than sewing in December and then just do some sort of wrap up early December, because you just don't want to have this big thing with having to assemble all that in December. At least I don't. That's not fun. I would rather just start now getting all these smaller ones ready and put in. So we're easing into it this week. Now if you want to, 10 and 11 have, I think you have to make more than one. So if that is the case, you might want to go ahead and do that. So I don't know, I'd have to look, I can't remember now. Okay, my friend, so if you are also making the barn star, I'd love to see your progress. Share it in the Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. Share where you are in it and sort of your thoughts on what are you going to do to finish it up, to see if you will sort of take the fall here to get it done maybe by the end of November like I will. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.